And start recording. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hello, everybody. Noah. And right now, I'm gonna do a sculpt. I'm also gonna start discussing the plans for the future on the Instagram, ArtStation, and YouTube too. You guys are gonna start to see some more stuff on an indie game I'm gonna start developing in the next couple of months. So you're going to see a lot more CGI stuff and a lot less abstract stuff for a little while on both channels, just because I need to start getting ahead on the art side of things. And so yeah, basically, if you follow me on ArtStation, Instagram, or YouTube, that's what will happen ultimately. Right now I'm just going to sculpt the basic low level head. This will probably be the last fun sculpt I do in a while, where I'm just playing around and trying to get something done relatively quickly. I don't know how long I'm going to last today, but I just basically wanted to let everyone know that I start programming the video game I've wanted to work on for a while now. In the next couple of into the next year. For those of you who are into the more abstract stuff, the game I'm going to build is going to look very different from any other game, so hopefully that will still keep you guys engaged and interested. But I really want to make this general game, so that's going to be the focus for the next several months. I've been working on it on and off again for a while, but I'm finally starting to get to the point where I think I'm going to start being able to put assets into it, so it'll start looking cool, and not just like that jumping video I released. So yeah, so that might throw a few of you through a loop. Anyway, right now I'm just trying to build out the jaw of a humanoid character. I'm going to go in with the clay build-up brush, and I'm going to start getting some bony landmarks. I'm also going to enable Sculptris Pro mode, and we're just going to start carving out the block where the eyes are and getting my general proportions down super quickly here, and building up the forehead and the upper space around that area slowly but surely. The more you build it up, the better it becomes, and the more able you're to move around. Grab this move brush, get these spaces all nice and neat, and just slowly start playing with the forehead, head and general area. Yeah, bring up the nose, general structure down. The way I look at it, the forehead protrudes just slightly outside of the head. It's like a small square-like object, and then underneath it is our eyes, which I build up the eyebrow line first as best I can, and then the nose, I try to focus on the upper portion of the nose first, that tube now, and then I work my way down to the lower portion, and eventually I'll start bringing in the move brush and getting the shape and the general forms down. I'm going to do something a little more crazy this time, do something a little more stylized. I think we'll push this down a little bit more, get that out a bit more. We're not going to make this sculpt look pretty, we're going to make it look very very stylized, I think. Bring back the forehead up a bit more. Here we go. Bring out the nose a bit more. Bring down the nose a bit more. Let's bring that jaw a bit more down. Getting into a much more feminine jawline and angle. For those of you who don't know, women generally have more obtuse angles on the jawline, whereas men have generally more acute, and it comes from the point here. So if you get that down right off the bat, it makes the face and body look a lot better. Generally speaking. We can move this up, this over, this down. The game I'm building should be an open, it's going to be an action platformer, which is way too much for one guy to be working on, but that's what I'm doing. It's going to be an action platformer. I think you guys are going to like some of the ideas I have for it. I think they're going to be kind of trippy and weird on some of the designs, I'm also going to play around a little with the shape design. I'm going to use this clay construction brush to bring in the tubes around here. Just start building up that outer form a bit more, playing with it. Let's see, I want maybe baggy eyelids. Let's see what I can do here. Let's make something that looks a little concerning. Yeah, got something a little more concerned. So yeah, I'm going to try to make the game a little more structured. I'm going to be building it in blueprints eventually, and I might start doing a daily vlog series on it, but like a small, short time, low level film version of it, where it's just a small variation. Eventually I'll figure out how to add comments on these videos, guys. I just do them live because it's easier for me to stream. So if you are out there somehow on the internet and you find this, I'm sorry. I suck. Anyway, bring in more. I'm not entirely sure what I want to do yet there. I definitely want baggy eyelids on this character though. Maybe that nose out a little more protruding forward. Bring out the muzzle area. Down. Alright, now we can make it look a little more masculine in the overall features by bringing that down. Squaring out the upper jaw line a bit more. Getting that general structure down. There we go. That's more closer to what I actually want, and the more squareness there, that will make up for the fact that I have a slightly more acute angle, which is generally perceived to be more feminine. Alright, he's up two. Crossed. He's down more. Try to get more ballistic adaptations. Originally I want to make a much more shapely nose, so let's make that shape come out a little bit more. Looks like a beak. Bring that down in a little bit more. Make this character seem smart and weathered. In order to do that, let me bring out these cheekbones just a little bit more, make them a little rounder. Alright. That's going to lead to some issues, so. Sometimes I found with Sculptris Pro the geometry will bend according to the algorithm, so every now and again you get used to it, and then eventually you just change your plane and it no longer has those little tails and those weird things going on. Inflate brush. I'm going to mask this out using Control. Just move that around there. It's B for brushes for those of you unfamiliar with ZBrush, and then the inflate brush tool just to bring in the objects and bring it in here. I'll probably make this into a sped up version eventually. We'll learn how to do that. I don't know how to do that yet. I should know how to do that by now. And, yeah, there we go. That's been the way I've been getting the mouth piece set up. I wouldn't recommend doing that unless you have Sculptris Pro mode enabled, because Sculptris Pro does some things in the background to make sure the geometry doesn't stick. If you're relying on a more traditional workflow with like Dynamesh, I would advise you not to do what I just did with the lips there. It's gonna cause you issues later on. And even when I use my Z remesher, it might cause issues. I might have to go in here with the Sculptris Pro mode, with the poly groups, and start masking that stuff out. just going to build it up as a 3-part act structural. Let's get underneath the neck. Mask this neck out. Anyway, I'm going to aim for more of a character style with the game, so we'll see how you guys like it or not. I definitely don't want it to be the hyper-realistic stuff I sometimes play around with. For me, that's just a drill. I prefer doing more stylized things, so the game will be more of a reflection of that. Hopefully, get these necks just smoothed out. I don't know how far I'm going to go on this sculpt, guys. I just figured I haven't done one of these in a while, and I figured I needed to start practicing, especially speaking in front of people. So that's why we're going to start doing these more. I don't perform particularly well while on camera, so I need to get better at it. Let's get that head up. Now, a friend of mine a while back asked me if I could do a Shrek elf, so this might be what this becomes eventually. Almost like a swamp elf. Maybe we should just build a bust of that. Actually, that's exactly what I'm going to do now. So that the way I'm going to look at it, as it's going to be more snake driven in the head with widened out eyes at the sides. Looks like they're bugging out like a toad. Let's do that with it. Yeah. And we're going to have a much larger cranial capacity for this design because of that. And you know what? I'm going to build out the eels slightly differently than I would normally too. I got an idea now. I've got the base for the eels. Yeah, move brush, move that out, rotate, twist, push down, move. Right now I'm just playing around and making decisions. Well, I'll just use the geometry remesh. Not remesh, modified typology, mirror and weld. Nope. One got torn off that mask. Right. And then, do I still have Dynamesh enabled? I do. Turn that off. Don't want that much geometry today. Deform walls, mirror. I always get the side it's on confused. Still, years later. And then again, it's not about the software. It's about how you know how to use it. Well, what you can do with it. Modify typology. My brain is just not working right today. Alright. Boom, there's that. Start moving this out a bit. Get even that general shape and structure. And then we'll start to deal with it as I'll play around with the eels using the snake hook brush. So I'm going to need all that extra volume. And the damn standard brush, I'm going to need back up. Remember guys, it's B-Fluke brushes, and I'm just slowly carving out the sides around the eel and working down from big shapes to small shapes. But I'm also just playing around. I don't really, I don't really care what I end up making in the end. I don't even care if it's good or if it's bad right now. Just doing stuff. Anyway, we'll build up this area here. Normally I put in the eyes before I put in any eyelids, but I don't want to do that right now. I'm gonna just let my brain do the work. Alright, and snake hook. So B and S. Yep, S. Boom. Alright, and yeah, alright, now let's use the clay build-up brush, build that up. Alright, for the inflate brush, I found that the inflate brush helps solve most problems you can get yourself into with the snake hook brush. You could also just choose a more intelligent choice of snake hook brush than the one I just chose, though. But hey, I must want to use consciously want to use the snake hook brush, the rake brush. So at some point in time, I'm gonna have to put that into this, I guess, this swamp ogre or this swamp elf. But we'll figure that out later. Let's get those Catalili like eels. Alright. The center eel broken down, build it up around the sides. I don't fully know what I'm doing yet, but I'm okay with that. Honestly, the better way to do this would have been to make a specialty curve brush and then worked it around a couple times and then put them into multiple layers. But that's the beauty of doing a sculpt like this freehand, is you get to learn all these unique ways and you get to have these thoughts come into my head, so kind of nice. Sure, I'm gonna keep that initial concept inside my head. I have something kind of fun coming on around here. Just get in there, nice and easy, like. Alright. That's a good place to put the rake brush. Let's make the small protocol. Alright. You're doing well. Ah, shit. Alright. Let's get that built up. Let's bring out this nose a bit more. I don't know if it'll fit. Bryce was thinking about it. Not enough. Let's finish off this small up. And I'm going to build up the lips more properly. Just building up the multitude of forms shortly. Pinch. Start building up this little bump around here, just getting those curves right, leaving that little space in. Bring this down just a little bit. Super calm, relax, just putting those little final details in before I start really moving around the fundamental shapes. Refining them more and more and more. Sculptures promo does a pretty good job of auto masking, but every now and again I get this little article like that. And I don't want that. I know I should be probably switching to the clay builder brush to get rid of that little mistake there, but let's give him some heavy set collarbones actually. Really heavy set. Yeah, now let's pull out this neck muscle a little bit more actively. Every pore. So we'll start to. The idea is to wrap the neck muscles both so he looks stronger than your average Poulsen, but at the same time there's like an elegance to the character model, almost like it's being wrapped in layers of cloth or clothing. As of right now, so we'll see how that works out. I might actually take this design farther because I actually think inside my head there's something that might actually be worth taking some a little extra time here, but I probably won't just do to that. The goal of today is just to play around. So like if the head is bigger, more forward, like almost like a serpent or a snake, but I still need to make that a little more layered. Let's make it come in a little more here. There we go. Now it looks like it could be on something bigger, but it also looks like it could be on something smaller. I kind of like that idea. That was a lack of coordination there. That happened because I haven't sculpted as much. ZBrush, I need to get consistent with it, disciplined with it, efficient with it. Yeah. Back to being efficient with it. I'm gonna have to make this jawline even bigger. Look at that. Bring it down a little more to make it more square-like. Alright, there we go. Let's bring it out a little bit more. Make it a little wider. The goal should be to get a good transition between big shapes and small shapes. In a way, it kind of overlap one another. I think if I can do something like that, it will give a very unique aesthetic to this humanoid-like creature. Also, I haven't done anything weird in a while. I'll show you guys my Bob Dylan sculpt I've been working on for the last couple of days before I leave here, I think. Just so you understand where I'm at. I've been having issues with the texturing, the baking. I gotta look over my files again and see what I missed. It's probably something super simple that I just missed while coming home tired, but it was a long day, but I'll show it to you guys. break down those planes a little bit better for me, so when I come back in here I can touch them up. Because I'm going to have to touch them up just like I'm messing up on the planes here with the lips. It should be a 3-part act structure for the top, and the bottom structure should be a 1-part act structure. Basically there's one muscle that meets in the middle. Break this down. Let's go in with that clay buildup. Not much time I spent doing this so far. See the clock on my phone. Boom! We're at 9:36. Pinch. I won't have that until I get to the final stages. When I get to the final stages, I think I'll add either some sort of mushroom or something on his head. Maybe populate one and make a couple, take it into Blender, then use a geometry node, maybe put it over top like moss. That'd be kind of cool. I say this, but I also know I won't get to that, so maybe we'll just do what I can in here. It would be neat to have that kind of like that. Alright, let's build this up here. I'm just gonna build up some more layers in the muscle back here. It doesn't technically make sense. I want some more of them there. And I want to, yeah. Then I want to make the collarbone here that I have a little bit there. You know what? I'm just gonna have to. I'm honestly just gonna have to add a lower portion to this character's body because it needs shoulder blades. They don't need to be finished shoulder blades. They don't need to be fully active shoulder blades, but it needs shoulder blades. I'm not happy with these lips at all, so I gotta come in here with the clay buildup and start actually making them feel those shapes out. Palm of lips, getting those subtle curves. I like using the clay buildup brush, gives me a little more sensitivity. I like changing up the movement and the size over time, slowly building in those shapes around the outer area and letting it build. Alright. Let's get that clay buildup brush. Right for the auto remesh. Also, my computer crashed because it's running hot. Spent most of the day programming. So my laptop might be a little hot. Can't wait till this is over. Alright. Back to work. Alright, move this around. Let's come here with the dam standard, and let's fix my mistake underneath the nasal cavity. Essentially, on everyone's nose, there's this little triangular structure of a muscle that comes up here, based around where the muscles meet around the nose, and I didn't add that, so I gotta fix that. Doesn't seem like much. Well, some people it's more obvious than not, but that plane change affects the entire composition of the nose and makes it clear if you know what you're doing or not. And so when you get it right, people notice, and when you don't get it right, don't. And you can actually tell how long someone's been sculpting built around usually how often they plan that out ahead of time is what I've discovered. If I see that on someone's sculpt, usually they're at my level better than me. Is what I've learned. Because it's the level of importance. Whereas if not, there's still something usually off elsewhere in the anatomy. So always check to make that little triangle there. If that triangle isn't there, then you need to get you don't understand the muscles between the lips, the nose, and the cartilage. And so you didn't plan those out in your sculpt. Kind of like how I built out my forehead beforehand, the bony landmarks, the parts that don't move first, and then you work your way into the smaller ones. Technically, that iris is built up way too quickly, but that was me messing around with size and just getting something to look at to get the general appearance down. I wouldn't recommend that if you are trying to make something realistic at the top, but I'm just trying to figure out my general shapes and forms. Go back up here to the clay buildup brush, and we're just going to build this up around here. Nope, I'm just going to build it up. So I just start making some of these small plane changes now I have the shapes built up, and just keep refining. Eventually I have something that looks actually good. What I like about this design so far is that a lot of internal and outer layers with how I've messed with the anatomy, so I'm actually kind of enjoying that. Not all of these extra shapes make sense just yet, so I gotta fix them out with things that I actually know about actual neck anatomy and bone muscles, but I'm actually really enjoying this process. And just a little bit of shape changes here and there, I think I can make this work. Work so far, get some clay build up. Just playing around. If you don't just play around, sometimes you don't find out new things. Yeah, gonna build that up, and then I should take this one, shrink it down so that I can have another muscle-like group there. This doesn't technically make sense, no, but it looks cool as hell. I think it's that general precise conditioning across. Build up some fake packs fuel. Nothing major, just enough to give the illusion. There's more underneath the mesh. Not going any further than the shoulders. I don't got time for that. So 9, I think. Yeah, it's like almost 10. 10 is bedtime for me usually. Well, my second nap time. We're going to walk. Making mistakes again too, so I gotta built around exhaustion, so I don't like how this looks from the front view. The footer was a lot more rounded, so I'm just gonna round that out just a little bit, not a lot, because I do actually like it. Alright, let's get that damn stand. Do not take me to the home page. Do brush. Yep, what's gonna happen? Alright. It's sort of small subtool when we get to work on the rest tomorrow. Yeah. Insert subtool. For the eyes. This will probably be my last just for fun sculpt for a while. I'll finish up this one, the Bob Dylan, and then everything after that is going to be built around this game that I'm building, so we'll see what happens with that. The art will still be weird and cool, but it'll be built around stuff for the game, I think, mostly for a little while at least. Honestly, I should probably, it's too late now. I already bullied it out, and I don't really want to keep going. I forget how to do that method. Oh well. When it's not broke, don't fix it. Boom. Alright, I'll start working on this here possibly tomorrow. I'm gonna hit quick save because I don't see any reason to put in a main save. And then I'm gonna show you guys the Bob Dylan sculpt that I've been working on. And then I'm gonna call it a night. Basically, the next couple weeks or so. So I'm gonna be focusing on my game. So if you go for the CGI stuff, you'll be happy. If you go for the game stuff, you might be. If you go for the abstract stuff, it's gonna be more wheeled sculpts, kind of like this one, but less. Well, I haven't decided yet. I definitely don't want to keep for the game. I want to be able to do stuff that keeps me entertained the entire time. So it might be weird stuff like this, but if it is stuff like this, it's gonna be to a higher level of fidelity. Anyway, let me just close. I'll just close out. Sure. Well, close it out, and then I'll show you guys the Bob Dylan I've been working on. I like it. It keeps trying to do things back there, even when I'm not ready to do it. But I also like it. I have like 3 ArtStation photos because I'm smart. I feel like that. All right. What's weird is like everything I have in like Unreal right now is OCD. I actually think I'm a better programmer though than I am an artist, which is weird because I'm barely computer illiterate. But when it comes to like how I problem solve, I'm a little bit faster dealing with the fundamental like math and like variable side of things, which makes up for it. No, we'll see. I got a couple of really unique mechanics going on this one project, so. Of course, I also caused like most of them to work for like a month last week because I did something stupid. So, yeah. There's that. Alright. So let me pull up the Bob Dylan if I'm looking. I'll probably do a render of it today and put it on my station and Instagram just of the head. It's a pretty like solid Bob Dylan sculpt. I actually I'm very, very pleased with it. Come on. Maybe I won't. Probably won't. Leaning towards won't. Today I was supposed to do a team Blender project where I work in Blender with a friend I know, but the cancellation report. Who wanted to get back into it. Which is the main reason I'm doing this. Is mostly just like I have the need to like hold myself to do accountability. But I'm super fun with that. Also, I know I could just like open it up differently. That's right, I don't have it saved as a fun. That was the old Bob Dylan sculpt. I don't think it's the newest one. I think I saved it both two different areas, semi-disabled like you could see. Yeah, so this was it before I added the asymmetry, which you guys saw the last couple of times. No, I just go to files. Close the wheel. Come on. No. Hi! Hi! Anyway, yeah, so I'm just finishing up here, working on a sculpt I was doing. Anyway. Yeah, fine. Alright. I'm going to show off the Bob Dylan I've been working on and having trouble with, and then I'm going to call it a night. If I can remember where the hell I saved it. It's just been a Bob Dylan, but... Those are the textures I want working. Was it you? No. Don't want to save over the... That's my other Bob Dylan. This is the one I worked on yesterday, and I've gotten the asymmetry pretty well. But I've been having issues getting the texturing to run properly. So whenever I'm bringing it into the subsurface panel, so that's why it keeps taking me if I were you. Basically, I can't seem to get these to bake over top of don't. This wouldn't be so hard if I labeled it properly. Anyway, I haven't been able to get this to overlay onto the other one, so I can start bringing it into paint once I'm doing it. Tried multiple tools on bringing this around and operating it. It just hasn't been working particularly well. So that's what's been slowing me down the last couple days. Why my posts have been slightly irregular. Basically, I've been dealing with this and some baking issues, and so yeah, that's my Bob Dylan as of right now sculpt. Alright guys, I'm gonna call it a night. So this was a Wheeled Midnight live ramble, and basically the next couple of weeks I'm going to be trying to build a video game. So if this project doesn't get done within that time period, then I guess it just doesn't get done. So yeah, alright, back. And stop. Cool. Alright. Cool. Cool. Sure. Long-winded rant about nothing while half asleep. Number how many I've done of these. Hashtag important. Hashtag very important. Art. Hashtag pure expression. Hashtag pure expression. Hashtag asleep. Hashtag asleep. Hashtag asleep at the wheel. Hashtag my art. Hashtag goodbye. For now.